Good morning, Millennial Morticians. Happy Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of this incredible podcast. I know you could have chosen to be anywhere, but today you decided to be with us. And for that, I am grateful. Well, first and foremost, I want to thank the sponsors of today's video, Faveo Memorial Live Streaming. If you and your families need live streaming simplified and redefined, check them out at faveo.org. Again, if you and your families need live streaming simplified and redefined, check them out at faveo.org. Let's jump right into today's topic. I think it's going to be life-changing, game-changing, and revolutionary for you, your families, the community, and most importantly, for the people you serve. The title of today's episode is Inventory Matters. Inventory Matters. Get your notepads out. This is going to be good. And most importantly, it's going to make an impact in your life. In funeral services, inventory is one of those things that's behind the scenes and entails our responsibilities, our duties that we have in the funeral home and outside of the funeral home. Nobody really talks about it unless something goes missing, whether it's caskets, urns, keepsakes, register books, personal protective equipment. Inventory management directly impacts the families that we serve each and every day. It's a part of what we do and who we are. It's a part of being in the funeral industry, a service-minded industry. When people call your funeral home and they say, yes, we want to go through with the embalming, we're ready. And you say, well, we don't have any embalming fluid. Or when you don't realize at the last minute that you forgot to order a casket for a service. All these things play a major role in what we do, who we are, and how funeral services not just is played out, but how it's represented. I want us to get out of the mindset of just being funeral home employees or just funeral directors or just embalmers. I want us to go into the mindset and into the trajectory of thinking of ourselves as representatives. All of us in our own way, in our own states, in our own areas, in our own localities, we represent funeral services as a whole around the country. We're one together. And when you put all of us together, we have to make sure that we represent each other and our industry appropriately. And inventory plays a major role in that. Inventory is family service. Running out of an item during arrangements creates unnecessary stress and delays. And that's the last thing we want for a family. They don't need to be stressed, delayed, feel pressured. Everything should be taken care of on the funeral home end. There's nothing worse than meeting with the family and you run out of pins, or they pull that last piece of tissue out the box and you're all out because we forgot, or maybe it slipped our mind, or maybe it was just the luck of the draw. But those minute details, having more than enough, being prepared for any and everything, that's a part of business. And that's also a part of service in the way we serve and represent each and every one of the families that come into our door. Know what's on your shelves. Embalmers, funeral directors, do you have your appropriate equipment, your pens, your paper, your pencils, everything you need to do your job effectively? Embalmers, do you have the embalming fluid, the tools, the eye caps, the glue, all the other equipment and things that you need to service your family and to service their loved ones? It's important that we conduct regular inventory checks instead of waiting until something is needed last minute. You can never go wrong with being prepared ahead of time. And which is why I'm pushing you guys and pushing the importance of always being prepared, always setting the standard, and always taking excellence to another level again and again, each and every week. Organization saves time. Optimization is important. Labeling, tracking, maintaining storage areas allow staff to focus on just serving families. That's what we're here to do. That's what they expect out of us. And it's hard to do that in a chaotic environment. So keep your area clean, refreshed, refined, and most importantly, stay on task. Organization is the key component to make these funeral homes, mom and pops, and corporations run effectively. You must be organized. You must have a count. Having the numbers is an important part of running funeral home operations. Yes, we're in an industry that's an inevitable, but that doesn't mean you can't go out of business. So you have to optimize everything efficiently and effectively. And lastly, the small, minute details matter. Memorial folders, acknowledgement cards, cremation jewelry, and keepsakes can easily get overlooked and or forgotten. When you're meeting with 5 to 10 families a day or even a week for some of us, it's easy to lose track. That's important. It's important you have great documentation. You have a clear and concise order for how you handle your business and its operations. Always have checks and balances, especially on inventory. You never want to pay more for a product or more for something that you already have 10 of or 4 of. And you also don't want to forget to do things, especially when it comes down to serving the families. It's not like a wedding. You get second, third, fourth, or fifth chances. With a funeral, they just might see you this one time. And a lot of the family may not be from your area. So represent the family well and represent your brand well. And lastly, always take ownership. Whenever you are whether you're an apprentice or a manager, you treat inventory like it's your own business. It improves operations and gives people a clear and concise plan to service the families they need. Families may never see the inventory room. I'll just be honest. But they absolutely feel the impact when it's managed well. Excellence in funeral services starts with the details that no one can see. Well, guys, I'm your host, Jaden Folks. This is the Millennial Mortician Podcast, a podcast that engraves. And I hope it engraves you and your families this week and in the months to come. I love you guys. Stay encouraged. Stay blessed. And remember, manage your inventory. Love you guys. Catch you on the next one.